Okay, hi, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It's ya girl. It's me, it's Joan. Hi. It's been such a long time. I'm so sorry. Forgive me for, the appearance. You know what? No. You know what? You know what? No. I don't apologize for my appearance because it's a gift to anyone who looks who to anyone who gazes upon me. It's a gift. So you know what, you're welcome. Okay, yeah, I'm in my classroom right now. In Korea, teachers have to come in like one day during the break to kind of like, I don't know, like just to like guard the school, I guess. I don't know how to explain it because everyone in the admin office is still here. So like I don't have to answer any phone calls or anything, which is great because if a parent called asking questions about the school, one, I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, my Korean's not very good. And number two, I don't really know what's going on either. So but that's it. I didn't have to come in at all during the summer vacation, which was really nice. So that's why I'm here today for the winter vacation. Okay, so the reason why I'm just like, I don't usually wear hoodies to work. I'm just doing it now because, no one's here and the kids aren't here. I'm not even filming this on my camera. This is literally photo booth from my MacBook just because I feel like with vlogging and with Reels and TikTok and all of these things, I feel this pressure from this content culture we're in. I feel this pressure and from myself to always produce like grade A quality, so I would always be like, let me get my nice camera, let me make sure the lighting is great, let me make sure it's golden hour, let me put on a full face of makeup, let me wear some trendy clothes, like what are my clothes gonna, and I was just like, oh my god, if I keep thinking that I need to look like that or I need to be 100% presentable every time I do a vlog, then I'm never gonna do one. That's why I was like, you know what, just forget about it. I'm just gonna put on the photo booth and just record and try and do minimal editing as well because I just need to get stuff out there. Like I need to get stuff out there. I also made a what's it called, a question poll. It wasn't a poll, a questionnaire mayhaps of ask on my Instagram asking y'all what kind of questions you wanted me to answer about my life here. So here we go. Number one. Okay, I'm gonna ignore all the questions about my butt. I want to see what you're eating and what you do outside of work, but also all of your school art projects. That is from my beautiful little sister. Thank you, Joelle. What I'm eating, I said I would do minimal editing, so I don't know if I'll like post a bunch of pictures of what I'm eating or maybe I won't, but oh god, my eating has been, so here in Korea there's like a lot of Western food, so you can get pizza, you can get burgers, you can get salads, hell, you can even get like a falafel, you can get stuff here. Wait, I don't actually know if you can get a falafel. I'm sure you can. I know you can get Indian food and Thai food. Anyways, you can actually go forever. You can actually live in Korea for like ever and live without eating Korean food. I mean, it would be a travesty, but you could do it. I've never was like a huge like, oh my god, Korean food every day person back in the States, but here it's like I need to have Korean food at least once a day, and my comfort foods the first year I was in Korea were very American, like pasta, like tomato soup and a grilled cheese. I mean, these still are my comfort foods, don't get me wrong. But I think that I've also adopted some new comfort foods. Like yesterday I had some tteokguk. I also love like kamjatang and like, tteokbokki, rose tteokbokki, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I've adopted some other comfort foods, like more Korean comfort foods that are really, really good here that's been really interesting. What was your other question? What am I doing? But also my school art projects. So I don't actually do art projects in school, but I was posting a lot of art activity on my story, and that was because our school was doing the end of the year musical, and so we were doing the end of the year musical, and I was in charge of props, and so I had to paint like this huge camel, which actually was a scene stealer, like a showstopper. Like all the parents were talking about this camel and being like, I thought you guys bought it, I thought someone printed it, you're telling me a person painted that camel? Amazing. Like it was the talk of the town. All right, so shout out to Coco. Next. Okay, my next question is, do you see yourself in Korea long term? I do. I really, really do. I'd be very surprised if I went back to America anytime soon. I kind of came here with the mindset of like, I want to stay here for at least the next 10 years. I guess I kind of just want to like develop my life in Korea and see how it goes. Right now, I'm ending my second year, going into my third year, living in Korea. I think it's going well. I think the homesickness is hitting really hard though, because I haven't been home in 2 years. I think if I like went home, like if I went home last year, the homesickness wouldn't have hit so hard, but I'm going home this summer just to like kind of visit. So hopefully that'll help like, you know, get the edge off of this homesickness a little bit. Otherwise, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know what could happen. Like, what if I go home in the summer and I'm like, you know what? This is this is home and this is where I want to grow. Like, goodbye. And then I could just move back. I mean, that could happen. But there's like one thing I really want to do in Korea that I haven't been able to do yet, and that is live in Seoul. You know, where the art is, where the music is, where the museums are. You know, just like I want to be around, like I want to be like in the big city. I do. I want to be in the big city. I can't call it an apple, so what am I gonna call it? I mean, Seoul is kind of like the New York City of Korea, though. Like, not kind of, it definitely is, except like maybe cleaner. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so I want to go to Seoul. I want to live in Seoul. So I feel like I haven't lived in Korea until I live in Seoul. At least for me personally. Of course, you can. What am I talking? I am living in Korea right now, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Next question. Why you always force your friends to drink and throw it back? I don't understand that question. What do you mean? Next. Clothes. I'm always interested to see how people dress in other places. Clothes. Okay. Clothes is so interesting. So living in another country, just like a disclaimer, I've never been a huge like wanderlust travel bug kind of person. I didn't even travel that much when I was in America. It's like a huge deal for me to go to a different country, and Korea is like was a completely new experience, and it is like a foreign country to me. But at the same time, it's not that foreign because my parents are Korean, so it's like I'm kind of familiar with some of the customs and culture and language, so it wasn't like anyways. But even though I was like pretty familiar with the culture, I was still really shocked by like the difference in fashion, and also this is my second year, how much that fashion culture has affected me. It's like crazy. So in the States, you know, I would wear like thrifted clothes, just like bright patterns, or I would wear black or more like grungy kind of. My friend Josh, he said one time, like, Joan, you always toe the line between homeless and hip. And I thought that was such an accurate description of my fashion back in the States. But now, I think I'm gone a little bit more like city chic. So it's more blacks, more neutrals. I do try to grab color as much as I can, but it's just like a lot of like clean lines. I don't know if I'm explaining this well. I don't know. I might do a video. I don't know. Okay, maybe this was like a video content suggestion, not like an actual question. Okay, so I'm gonna skip it. I want to know more about your city, town, neighborhood you're living in. I live in a quiet village every day. I want to tell you more about my city, but it's kind of like dangerous, like talking about where I live and like especially the neighborhood that I live on the internet. So I won't do that right now, but maybe when I move from this city, I will do a little like video and I'll like show you my neighborhood after I move because safety reasons. Next, how expensive are things? Where do you live? An apartment? What's dating like? Oh my God. Okay, so how expensive are things? Not expensive. I mean, how do I, like, yeah, if you live in the city, Seoul, of course it's going to be more expensive. Actually, Seoul is like hella expensive. But if you like kind of on average, it's, I would say, more affordable to live in Korea than in the States. Of course, the States is a huge country and like different areas cost different, whatever. But I'm comparing to my life back in the States. I like think about what did I do back in America? Like, how did I live my life? Like, what did I do? And I don't now. I feel like I didn't really go out, or like if I did, you know, it was like a special occasion or whatever. But here in Korea, I mean, it does help that I don't have to pay rent. As an English teacher, I don't have to pay for rent, so that does help. But I feel like here, you know, I can go out to eat multiple times a week and it won't hurt me financially. I can like see friends or even travel on the weekend to like a neighboring city, and I can see a movie. I can like join a gym. It's just like I feel like I can do all of these things where I didn't have I felt like I couldn't afford it in America, or I felt like I like always had to be on a budget or like save money. Not saying that I'm not on a budget now, but you know, now my budget is including like fun stuff, like live your life. Anyways. So yeah, I mean, there are many other, you know, it's just like, it's so affordable. Also, it's really nice that I can live in Korea without a car. So I don't have any like car maintenance fees or whatever, all that. I don't need to worry about gas. I don't need to worry about any of those things. I just get my little card and I go beep boop, bop, beep beep, boop boop, beep boop. And I can ride the bus. I can ride the metro. I can even use it in taxis. Like, it's just so convenient. And the best thing about it is I can use it in any city in Korea. That's right. Even Jeju-do, which is like an island. Like, I can use it anywhere in Korea. The same card. It's amazing. So I don't even have to like go get a metro card in a different city or anything, or know their transportation laws. It's like, it's all the same. You just use this card, people. Beep, beep, beep. I do live in like a little like single studio like apartment. I am planning on doing a apartment tour of that apartment. So look forward to that. Okay. What's the transportation situation like? Do you walk, drive, take the bus to work, or to go out? Again, I think I already answered that question. Wow, look at me. I'm just like, my foresight. Amazing. Okay. How do you handle social life? I don't. I'm just kidding. So my first year I was in Korea, I was a foreign English teacher, and that job has a lot more free time because I'm only teaching one subject, English. And I don't know, that job, I'm done teaching by like noon. And so the rest of the time until school gets out at like 3 or 4, I just, you know, do my own thing. I have my free time. But this year I switched schools, so I'm not a foreign English teacher anymore, and I am now an homeroom teacher, which means I have my own classroom. So foreign English teacher, they don't have their own classroom. They're kind of like a traveling subject teacher, so they'll bring like their books, and then they'll go to like each classroom, and then they'll like teach, get their books, and then like go to a different classroom and teach. But me, now I'm a homeroom teacher, so I have my own classroom. Like I said, this is like my little classroom board. This is like my little like discipline like thing, timeout thing, I guess. And Yeah, that's my chess. Because I like to play chess with my third graders because I always win. I'm a homeroom teacher. I have my own classroom, my own students. I have to teach like 4 different subjects instead of just one. I have different homeroom teacher activities. So like I have to interact with parents. I have to go to like all the meetings and all this other stuff, and I have to like do all this paperwork and like bleh. And so this year has been so absolutely overwhelming. I was actually really scared coming into this job of whether or not I'd be able to do it. And I was really, really scared. And actually, first semester, I had like no social life. I had to work late nights. I had to work on the weekend. And then second semester, it got a little bit better. I wasn't working that much anymore, but I was still like, everything was still new. I was still like learning stuff. But I think that's just the reality for first year teachers. Like at any school, anywhere, it's always overwhelming. It's always really hard. You always want to cry. And the only thing that gets you through the day is the smile on those kids' eyes. Wait, what? The smile on those kids' faces. So, but yeah, anyways, I made it and I want to do it again. I know, I'm crazy. So here's his second year. I'm hoping to have more of a social life, but actually I'm not going to, because now I'm trying to study for a teaching certificate so that I can teach at international schools. So I'm taking on like a course load while I'm teaching. Oh my God. So I think that next year is going to be crazy. So I'm not actually expecting to have much of a social life. What I mean by that is like, I think if I do go like travel or see friends on the weekend, I'll have to be like only for one day versus like a whole weekend. I would like to meet more friends like in my city so that, you know, we can meet on the weekdays, because on the weekends I'm gonna have to like study for this course. So social life, I don't know her. But it's okay, because I think that it's worth a year of like missing out on stuff so I can get closer to working at closer to my goal, which is teaching international schools in Seoul, South Korea. Yeah. Okay. Another comment about my butt. Oh, is that it? Oh, wait, hold on. Dating in Korea, duh. Girl, that is like a whole nother video of Joan's dating escapades. But like I said, this past year I was like kind of crazy and overwhelmed and burnt out, so I didn't actually have a lot of opportunities to go on dates. But I do have, you know, a story or two tucked in there. I'll tell you about it in another video. Aha! Anyways, thank you for listening. I just kind of did this randomly because, you know, like I said, it's not about being perfect, right? It's just about getting the content out there. I will try and make a apartment tour video. Okay? Okay. Goodbye. Happy New Year. Okay, bye.